Circle chat. Start a chat with Logan.
Hey, Jordyn.
Hey.
You know, our circle chat last time talking about the cast was real cute and everything, but I think we need to add someone else to this chat. What do you think?
Yes, let's do it.
Circle, add Sean to this chat.
Oh, hey, y'all. Hey. That was so
Hey.
That was so
that was so cringy.
Oh, that was bad.
We'll figure that out.
We'll get better, I swear, y'all. But welcome to the Fallout Geometric Edition. Ooh, geometry. I hated it in school.
I
hated it. Where we are your number one source for all things reality TV. Today, we're very, very excited. We're going to be talking about episodes 1 and 2 of #The Circle Netflix or The Circle US, however you want to say it. I'm Logan Murphy.
I'm Jordyn Lagace.
And I'm that
I
Asian
dyed
kid.
my hair for the occasion.
Stop! Not that!
And I am Sean.
Oh my god. Oh no. How y'all doing?
I'm good. As you can see, in honor of Circle, I have gone for purple and blue.
I love
it.
I wonder who that is. I know who it is.
I was like,
I know who it is. I'm just like, ooh.
I'm like, work. All right, so we're going to be talking episodes 1 and 2 of The Circle US. But before we get started, if you're watching with us live or after the fact on YouTube, make sure you are subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting, doing all that kind of stuff. If you're listening to us afterwards, wherever fine podcasts are available to be listened to, make sure you are also following, liking, giving us a comment, sharing with all your friends, all that kind of stuff. And without further ado, let's talk some Circle. What did we think about the first 2 episodes of Circle?
I love shapes.
I'm obsessed.
It's not as good as Circle UK.
Yes.
But it's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's pretty good thus far. I'm happy with it.
The first 2 episodes flew by. Like, I didn't expect them to be that fast.
I watched them both back to back, and I was just like, oh,
yeah.
I'm already on episode 3. Work.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too.
I do want to start this though, because if y'all listen to our BB Can talks, you know that we are very obsessed with Arissa Cox and her fashion and just everything about Arissa. I want to spend equal, if not more time talking about Michelle Buteau because she's great. Like she is the perfect choice to host this show.
I'm enjoying her. I like her smart little witty comments too.
Remind me, was she the host of season 1 as well?
She was. Yeah.
Okay.
She was.
Season 1 was so long ago.
I don't even remember. I barely remembered season 1. I was like, who was on Sammy? Sammy, that's all we care about. Cool. Sammy. Great.
We love
Sammy. All we care about.
Sammy, if you're watching this. Rest in peace.
Hi,
your
Sammy.
Grandma.
Come talk
Loves and
Circle.
prayers.
Yes. All the love to Sammy and all of the season 1 cast.
Yes.
Unless you're problematic, and if that's the case, fuck you.
Accurate.
But yes, I did love at the start and kind of throughout the beginning of this episode. We didn't really get a lot from the cast teasers. We didn't really get a lot pre-season, but as soon as we get into the Circle, they're like, personality. Like, very, very that.
No one was bland. No one was
bland. And jumping ahead for the hottest of seconds, not spoiling yet, I'm very upset with who was blocked first. But we will get there. So first in, icon, legend, Miss Savannah, who I love, and clearly Sean hates.
Love Savannah.
Yes,
My
we
Asian
get some.
queen.
Yes. So who would have known? She's a data researcher on Capitol Hill. She wants to build alliances, but also can cut a bitch, and made it very, very apparent to let us know that she's half Mexican and half Filipino, which we love. We love the diversity. Circle did a very good job with the diversity, at least within the first 8 that we're getting. I was very, very happy with that. We get Jack.
Yeah.
And then we get Bryant. No, we
Who's
get
Jack
Jack. I don't know. No, we know Jack, kind of.
I gotta work on my breath work. Brian, if you want to come on and teach us some breath work, we would love to have you.
I love Brian. But yeah, no. So jumping back to Jack for the hottest seconds. He's an astrophysics and economics student. He wants to be strategic, manipulative, and cutthroat. All that kind of stuff. We get Bryant, who is a breathwork teacher. What were you going to say, Sean?
Who is Jack? Jack is playing as someone.
Jack is playing as Emily.
Yes.
Yes.
So one thing that we can mention now is we got all in the precasting. We got all of them right.
We did. We sure did.
So I'm gonna be honest. I don't like Jack, nor who he is using as the catfish profile.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way he's handling the catfish profile is something.
Yes. And that's all I'm gonna say. Nothing else. Like, I just don't like him, period. So if you're a friend of Jack that's watching, love
Sorry.
you.
But anyway, I'd rather talk about Bryant. He's really cute, and everything we get to know about him is really awesome.
Yay.
Everything is awesome.
Everything. And then we get the last of the first group of 4 that we got moving in is Delisa, who is a stay-at-home mom from the Bronx, who's playing as her husband, which I love.
Queen
I was curious to see what that
Kings.
relationship was going to be. And then she said that she's got this in her Chanel bag that she'll get when she wins. And I was like, you're sold. Done. I love it.
She is my winner's pick.
Oh.
100%.
Okay. I think, like, just based off what I've seen, she's in a good place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think she'll be around a while. So, yeah, I
would
could
agree.
see her winning, possibly.
I'm hesitant of doing a winner pick because we are getting so many people moving in, like, mid-season.
Everything is chaotic.
And, like, I'm pretty sure with all 3 seasons of Circle UK, someone that moved in late was the person that won. I know it's the case with the latter 2 seasons. I can't remember with season 1. But season 2 and 3, the winner was someone who did not move in day 1. Which I found very interesting. I can't remember with Circle US season 1.
It was that white boy.
Which one? There were all of them.
Okay,
white.
so you know that new show that's coming out with Natalie Negrati that's in it? It's that guy.
Which I'm so excited about. Oh, him. Oh, I liked him, I think. Oh, the Italian one. I liked him enough.
Yeah. I forgot his name, but you're relevant.
Joey.
Yes, Joey.
It was. I was like, it's an Italian name. I know that much.
Joey came in as himself too, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah. So and then we get the first circle chat just between these 4 people. Jack is initially a little weary of Bryant being a dick. And then Savannah and Emily bond over wine. But what do we think about these first 4 and then this first circle chat we get?
I like that they kind of got staggered in.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel bad for those that came later just because I feel like you always want to be part of that first chat.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like this group of people. I don't really dislike anyone aside from a certain someone.
So I like 2 out of the 4. That's a hot take. I like obviously Trevor / Talisa and Savannah.
You don't like Bryant?
He's cute, but then when you
Look,
get to know him,
I get
he's
it. He's a bit strange.
like
Look, he is a bit out there. I felt
But
the
that's
same
what I
thing
love.
initially.
But that's
I
what
personally
get
wouldn't be
him.
friends with him, but I like
I
how
would.
they did the casting. Is not they did it beyond outside of the box. There's no quota, or anything, in between. I like how they went beyond what the stereotype is, and good for them. Good for Circle.
Yeah.
Yay, Circle.
For sure. Moving on, I think, because there's someone that I would like to talk a lot about. And that, my dears, is Terralisha. I love.
I love her apartment. I'm moving in. She's blue. Da ba dee ba da 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 dee ba.
Not that.
She is my other winner pick if Trevor gets blocked.
She is an
everyone gonna be your
icon.
winner pick?
So, yes.
This one's hard because
Fair.
this is going to
She's
be.
a smart
This one's
cookie.
harder to do. Oh, she is a very smart cookie.
She said so herself.
And I bought what she was selling.
Oh, absolutely. I just love that, I love that she's a full-time substitute teacher, too. I wasn't expecting that. And then she's like, I'm a full-time sub teacher. And I was like, I'm on board. I'm on board. I chose my background today, the blue curtain in honor of her. But yeah, she says she's going to be queen of the circle. And you know what? I believe it. I believe that she can and will be the queen of the circle. Not the blue lights. Yes. Yes. And then the other person we got moving in this segment is Lee, who I also love.
Okay, I find him kind of funny. He's a little out there. I like the comment when he was like, no, she was on the bed. Sorry, Mom. That was cute.
That.
Does anyone know what his female pen name is? Because I want to read.
No, but I want to know.
I want to know. We need
We're on
to.
opposite ends. Because
Sean.
I'm about to get kicked out of this fucking podcast.
Look, no, I get it. He's kind of odd.
Listen, the only thing I like about him is yes.
So like the fact that he's gay.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. But yeah, so Lee is also another person coming in as a catfish. He's
Also,
coming in as River.
And River straight in real life.
River is straight in real life. Yes.
Straight and 20 years old. And I'm like, my number one question is, how are they friends?
And honestly, I have some
I want to know, how are they friends?
Later on. So please remind me.
Will do.
Is he a sugar daddy?
I thought the same thing.
Are we talking about Lee or are we talking about River as a person?
No, Lee.
Oh. I mean,
because why? No judgment whatsoever, but he's friends with a 20-year-old straight man. No judgment, but I'm just curious.
I want to know the history
behind
it, and obviously towards moving forward. If we move forward, there's more that is to it. When at the time of blocking, but he kind of reveals it in a way. So that's where I want to talk about Lee.
So then we got Terralisha and River being added to the circle chat. And immediately Trevor gets clocked for this 411 comment. And I saw a lot of people on Twitter being like, is 411 an old term? Do people still use 411? I was like, I don't, but like
I don't anymore.
I mean, it's like I hear it still to this day. It's not like a dying word, not a dying word, a dying number, or like a slang, but it is more towards like, I don't want to say old people, but like it's old.
old people.
Old people, it is.
But Delisa's only like in her 30s. So that's where I was like,
Why did Delisa think 411 was the way to go?
So normally, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, why did Delisa think 411 is something her husband would say?
I was about to say
I
exactly.
really automatically want to know more about Trevor.
That.
Exactly. Like, I don't think so. And I'm not like making that kind of comment where like words and numbers go towards like a specific gender. But like, if you look at it in the old days when females, you know, chit chat and gossip, they'd be like, what's the 411 girl? You know, like, so I kind of see it.
It's very 90s teenage girl movie a la Clueless.
Yes, Clueless.
We love
Yes,
Clueless,
Clueless.
but
We love
yeah,
Clueless.
that's what I got out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, so then we got our last two players who are some of my favorites again. There's really not that many duds aside from one person so far.
True.
We get Chloe from Too Hot to Handle. I love her.
I love that girl. Praise the Dark Lord.
Sean.
So, don't get me wrong. She is hot. She is precious. She's lovely. But
she won her whole $10.
She came in the game too exciting. She got a lot of energy and she needs to knock it down a little bit.
You're not wrong.
So I don't like her.
Who else has a lot of energy?
I don't like her. I'm just saying, like, she did come in a little too energetic. I mean, it's not even a problem because she's literally by herself in her own apartment. But
yeah, you know who else came in with a lot of energy? Manrika.
Queen, legend, icon, the moment, robbed from the circle, UK, period. Anyways.
That part.
Also, Courtney.
Well, I just have one thing that I want to talk about with Chloe. I do love her, but love, how do you not know that England and America didn't have a war? I full on paused my Netflix and said, excuse me?
Have you seen Hamilton?
Clearly not. Oh. But yeah, and then Courtney, who I also love. I think of these people, I think Courtney is the one for me that I would say I think is like not guaranteed, but the person I think I would see going the furthest. Not necessarily a winner pick, but I do see Courtney in the final. Courtney
is another smart cookie. I really love him. And the way that he's handling each scenario, each given what would you say that, like, game,
yeah,
is unique because I haven't seen any, like, from season 1 everyone did it playfully, but this we'll talk about it. I'm assuming that it is a topic for later, but like I have more to say. I don't want to get into it more.
Fair. I'm interested, what entertainment online show does he host for? Because I tried doing the research and I couldn't find it. But I was like, whatever show it is.
Entertainment person.
Well, regardless, I'm like, I would like to watch. He's entertaining. I would like to watch.
Yeah, he's fun.
But yeah, so then we get full on. Everyone's in circle chat. Oh my God, there's 8 people in circle chat. Oh my God, Chloe from Too Hot to Handle is here. And everyone clocks her immediately. And I'm just like, of course everyone's going to. It was a fucking Netflix show. Like, are you surprised? Because you shouldn't be.
Not at all.
So according to what I'm reading, he does a podcast, a weekly podcast called Overheard in the Pantry with his co-host Felicia, and they talk about pop culture. And he is a YouTuber where he does his show called The Green Chair Chats, Celebrity News and Gossip.
Okay.
So that's cute.
Love.
We all have something in common.
Go subscribe to Courtney.
Yes.
Go subscribe to Courtney.
Go follow all of the things Courtney does.
I just want to point out some things that I found interesting when it came to the all together circle chat. Jack said that he would want to be friends with Courtney in real life. Yep. Interesting. Tara Alicia immediately is kind of unsure about Trevor. And then we get a lot of Chloe flirting with Trevor. Trevor and Savannah bond early about both being a part of one parent households. I asked myself, what is a quirky pineapple? Because I was unsure about what a quirky Jordyn, well, not anymore, because now you're purple and blue. So now you're like a blueberry blackberry like mix situation. And then Trevor called himself dark and juicy, which I feel like only someone's wife would call their husband dark and juicy.
Dark and juicy.
So I'm glad that we know a lot about Trevor in this scenario. I'm glad that we get to know more about him. But Jordyn, what do you think about this like all together now circle chat?
Oh my god, it was a little chaotic.
A little.
This cast loves their emojis.
Oh my god.
Honestly, the Chloe Trevor flirting probably wise.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that Chloe's going to be disappointed to learn that Trevor is married.
I know.
But yeah, Delicia wasn't channeling her inner Trevor at some times. And I think that's why Tara Alicia clocked it so easy.
That's fair. Yeah, I found it very interesting that Tara Alicia immediately was like, oh, I'm clocking. Like, that's a man. And I was like, oh. Or that's not a man. I was like, oh. Okay.
That's a woman.
Right, yes. So then we got this cute, fun game, the Says Who game. And I don't want to go super detailed about it, but what did we think about the game?
It's very touchy subjects.
Yeah. Virginity. Chloe met a guy at a bar and booked flights to Paris. I loved Bryant raised $10,000 to help a friend get off the streets. I was just like, yes. 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 I loved it.
Hello.
Hey, you're back. Hello. Sean, what did you think?
With you.
What?
With the whole Brian thing, that is something that, as much as I don't really like, I wouldn't say his personality, like just the way that he's in the game, I guess. Like the way the gameplay wise.
Just breathe.
Sean, you just have to breathe. I really think you need to work. I really think you need to do some breath work. You seem a little stressed, and in order to relieve that stress, you just need to do some breath work.
What I enjoyed about the chat was, what the fuck is breath technique?
I was like,
everybody.
What is... I watched 2 episodes of The Circle and was still confused as to what breath work is. And so I don't think Bryant did his job. I'm like, what is breath work?
But no, other than Savannah, like,
I think
connecting
it's like
as
a
a Filipino,
control of breath. Maybe.
I think so.
We'll go with
the fact that like he did that for a friend and raise money, like that's something I want to do as a person, is to basically help people, which is like very cute because you don't normally see like people like that in reality TV who is generous.
Not at all.
No.
And yeah, that's what I have to say about that.
Love it. Love it. So we got a few We get a few individual chats going into the first ratings, which I was shocked we had ratings literally like halfway through the episode. I was like, I forgot how Circle worked. And I was like, oh, right, they have to rate each other on first impressions. I forgot.
Yeah.
So we get this Courtney and Bryant conversation, the loyal lads. I just loved how Bryant... I loved how Bryant was like, I'm extending you loyalty and friendship that will go on to multiple lifetimes. Are you in? And Courtney's just like, I mean, we're in the circle, but okay. And I'm just like, I don't know what I would say in that situation either. And then the other thing we got
is... You say yes.
You say yes, absolutely. But the other thing we got is this girls just want to have fun chat. We get our good girly chat. We always get one at the start of the season. So glad we had a girly chat.
Oh.
For now.
Preaching loyalty.
Preaching all the loyalty. Yeah. Well, so everyone's like, oh my God, girls. And then Chloe's like, but who do you think is a catfish? And I'm just like, oh.
And then was it Delicia who jumped right in and said Trevor?
Well, Delicia is Trevor, so no.
Oh, no.
You mean Teralicia?
Teralicia.
It was Savannah.
Savannah's the one that's... Yeah, Savannah thought it first.
But then Teralicia
Savannah
agreed.
said it first,
Mm-hmm.
and then...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not
wrote
down
down
everybody's names yet. And I
also,
feel like
Delisa,
that's going to be the theme of the season.
Fair. It's Delisa. There's no I.
Delisa.
I wrote down, with Savannah bringing up the suspicions of Trevor, I literally wrote down Savannah giving OMG, I'm so random energy. And I was like, I was on board personally. And then we get a little bit of Chloe defending Trevor, kind of annoyed with the girls, because obviously she's trying to get in those DMs. And then I found it interesting. Chloe says to camera, it's the simplest of things that could break us apart.
Ain't that the truth?
There. And we'll get there. Yeah,
it is the truth.
It is the truth. Did y'all have any thoughts about these two chats before we get into the first ratings?
My only thought was, oh my God, this is going to end badly.
For who, or just in general?
In general.
Oh no.
I think this season we're gonna have more drama than last season.
Absolutely.
I think 100%.
This season has more personality and like outgoing people who will say something.
Butt heads.
Absolutely. Absolutely agree.
Yeah. I'm excited. Let's dig right into those ratings.
Fabulous. So we got like the individual, like I'm putting Jordyn first. So we get a little bit of that. So we get Lee put Trevor first. Savannah put Teralicia first. Teralicia put Savannah first. And Bryant put Courtney first. And a lot of those made sense for me, except for Lee. I understood his reasoning that like he felt like Trevor wouldn't block River, but it was the only one that I was like, oh duh. The only one where I wasn't like, oh duh, that makes sense.
It's so hard because Lee playing the game is an older person portraying a younger guy. So I feel like himself right now is connecting with Trevor because of the age. They're so close with each other, whereas he needs
not so close, but like, yeah,
but
I know what you mean.
They're still in that age range where like, it's not as big as River and Trevor. So like, I see it like that too. Why he picked Trevor.
Yeah. From there, we got Courtney putting Chloe second because they had a good bond. Chloe put Emily third. Emily put Teralicia fourth. Teralicia put Trevor fifth. Trevor put Bryant sixth as a tactical move. Well, Delisa as Trevor put Bryant sixth as a tactical move. Teralicia put Chloe seventh. And she said that Chloe seems to be boy crazy, so that was like the justification behind the 7th place rating. And then Savannah rated Bryant 7th, saying that Bryant was her biggest competition.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Right.
In a way.
I understand where she was coming from. I don't think Bryant was her direct number one biggest competitor.
I think,
but I understand the move.
Yeah. In my opinion, Savannah's biggest competitor is Courtney.
I agree.
I would also agree with that.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how these people with like similar mindsets and similar strategies move forward in the game. Because like Savannah and Courtney kind of have like the same sort of like be super social strategy. I'm very interested to see what happens with Chloe, I'll be honest.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know if Chloe is going to be a full season kind of gal. I hope so, because I love her, but I'm not really sure, where she's gonna fall like in the ratings moving forward. But before we get the overall ratings, we do get this Trevor and Savannah chat.
I cried when they had this chat. Like, I was tearing up.
I was so happy.
It was
I
a
was
cute
like,
little
this is great.
moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, oh no, Delisa, oh no. This is like the thing that all the catfish people deal with on a regular basis. Like, it's always like, oh, I feel bad. But like, I'm gonna lean into this, but like, I feel bad. But yeah, and I love this sort of like alliance, I guess you could call it, between Trevor and Savannah is now a thing, which I love.
This was the breaking point of that girls' alliance.
I know.
That their conversation took a whole turn, and we'll find out when we talk about the ratings.
Yes.
Because that's where they connected. Because obviously before that conversation, it was all first impression, Chloe's impressions on Trevor that clouded Savannah's mind until Savannah went to Trevor and be like, hey, I grew up with a mother. You're a single dad. I understand. Boom.
Yeah. So the ratings are in.
Yes, they are.
The ratings.
Already?
Alert! The ratings are in. Alert! And we
That alert was stressing me the fuck out.
I just love every time because they're all like collectively we get them like in sync. Alert! Alert! I love it. We get 8th is Bryant. I wasn't surprised, but I didn't want him to be 8th.
I wasn't surprised either.
I was like, that's right, 8th place.
Yeah. 7th is
Maybe you
Emily.
need to teach the house some breath work.
Everybody needs some breath work, y'all. Get some breath work.
Yeah, 7th was interesting to me.
I wasn't shocked.
I wasn't either. Because I didn't think Emily made like a huge impression on everyone at that point. So I understood it to an extent. 6th was Chloe.
That I'm not shocked either.
Not surprised at all. 4th, we get a tie between Courtney and River.
Mm-hmm.
Also not surprised, honestly. Like, none of these really surprised me that much. And so we get to the top 3, and it's Savannah, Terralisha, and Trevor. And at this point, I'm like, I don't know who it's going to be. And then we see Trevor get 3rd. Meaning that our first 2 influencers of the season are Savannah and Terralisha. We stand.
With Savannah being 2nd and Terralisha being 1st, as she should.
I was on board.
She should.
But here's what I'm thinking. Like, when I saw this, when I was watching, I was like, well, shit. This could make or break for the both of them, because I knew they connected on a game level like, so hardcore. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I hope they can figure it out, because now that Savannah kind of has Trevor in her back pocket and Terralisha has I can't remember. Who did she talk to? She had someone, but we'll get to it.
Yeah. But before they could make any block,
It was one of the girls, wasn't it?
wasn't it Emily?
Yeah.
I think so.
We'll get there in a second. But before they can block anyone, the circle goes, actually, plot twist, influencers, you have 24 hours now to block a person, but you get to save one person each. And I was like, okay, I'm on board. And then mistakes were made, but we were left on my favorite thing, a cliffhanger. Which didn't really matter all that much.
It wasn't really a cliffhanger.
No, not really, but like it was a cliffhanger. Mm-hmm. It happened. They didn't tell us who either person until episode 2, but there's also no intro between episodes, which I found interesting. So I was just like, oh, we're automatically into it. Okay, there's no intro. Great.
We're digging right in.
Before we get into episode 2, if you guys were the influencers, who would y'all have saved?
Courtney.
I would have probably saved Chloe only because I'm a fan of Chloe.
Stop that. Sean, who would you have saved?
I'm just kidding. I would have probably saved Savannah.
Sean was gonna save Bryant.
Not Bryant. Yeah. So
anyway.
we start episode 2 with the cliffhanger of it all. And we find out that Tara Alicia saves Emily. Because girls just want to have fun, and then Savannah saves Trevor.
And that's what I was talking about.
Yep.
And that's what I was talking about.
Boom.
Literally. Chloe literally calls her a little fucking bitch. And I was like, yes, Chloe, you better work.
And this is where I was confused because shouldn't Chloe be happy in a way? Because she's trying to connect with Trevor. And if she knows that Trevor is safe, she has that in-way to Savannah.
Okay, this is how I'm looking at it, and maybe
unless
this
Savannah's
is
being
why...
selfish and like Trevor's mine.
No, I think part of it was she just thought the 4 girls were so tight that they would automatically save each other, which clearly didn't happen. But I think that's
why would they explode. I don't think Savannah would even do that in the first place because, like, again, why would you, like, Tara Alicia saving Emily and Savannah saving Chloe? Like, that just exposes a whole girl alliance. And then if that rumor goes out from other people, then, like, that's a big target on them.
Savannah's move was 100% valid in my thoughts. The way she went about everything just, though, is what I didn't necessarily agree with. And then Chloe's just mad. Chloe's just mad because she's like, oh my god, I made an alliance. We had a girls chat. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. We had a girls chat, and I thought I was going to get saved. My British accent is not good. I thought I was going to get saved. What a little fucking bitch.
What a little fucking bitch.
I can't do an Essex accent unless it's sparkle to ears. But I can't even do it then.
I think...
Oh, man.
Lord, that was a lot.
And that was all day 1, y'all.
What would you guys... Okay, y'all in the chat, what would you guys have done?
Who would you have rated first? Who would you have rated last? Who would you have saved if you were influencer? Comment below. But yeah, so we move into day 2. We get a couple of chats before we get the poetry slam. We get a Chloe and Emily chat, and then we get a Bryant and Tara Alicia chat. What did we think about those?
It was very interesting. Because if you look at it, the dynamics of how they're playing the game, I wouldn't necessarily see them actually working together. But how they talk to each other and try to connect was like almost close to a chef's kiss. It was
Brian
like
and Terralisha or
yeah,
Chloe
Brian and
Emily?
Terralisha.
Mm-hmm.
It was like an appetizer. Yum, yay.
It was a cute little moment between the two.
Yeah, because they were just bonding over like how they're both vegan, they're both yogis. But then on like a serious note, Brian opens up about like his anxiety, his fear, his past stages of life, and this is where I was just like, I love you, Brian. Like you're too good for this world. I love Brian.
And I'm here like cringe.
Yeah, and then the other
I
we get
was
the
also kind of cringing because I was just over
y'all
him.
no. No.
I was like,
But then on the
bye.
y'all are haters. Y'all are haters. And then on this complete other 180 side of everything is this Chloe and Emily chat, which turns into this Chloe confronting Savannah with Emily still in the chat. And I was just like,
Messy,
what?
messy.
And literally Jack at one point goes, I don't need to be here, but okay, I'm going to get the tea. And I'm like, can straight white men stop saying tea and shade, please? Like, honestly, it was at that point where I was like, fuck you, Jack.
Wow.
Oh my god.
He's gross. He's gross.
It was chaotic.
Like, Circle,
also
honey.
messy.
I wish they edited the fact that he, like, every single shot he was in, he was groping. He was groping and fixing it. And I'm just like, please stop. This is not what I want to see. I don't want to see this. I am not paying Netflix to see this. I'm actually not paying Netflix.
I'm not paying Netflix.
I'm not having my friend to pay Netflix to watch this.
I'm not having my old roommate pay for Netflix.
Like, please.
Oh no.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just like, why is Emily here? Why is Chloe confronting Savannah? And then clearly we have Chloe and Savannah being like, fuck you, bitch. Oh my god, yes, loyalty. Oh my god, absolutely loyalty. And then on the other flip side, oh my god, absolutely loyalty. My British accent is bad. I'm not even gonna try anymore.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, this is why girls' alliances don't work, because of Chloe and her cattiness.
All girls' alliances across time don't work because of Chloe. You heard it here first.
Everybody use
All
that
out
time.
exclusive.
Use that time, turner, and go back.
Girls' alliances work
because of Chloe.
The ball smashers, Sean. The ball smashers. The ball smashers.
We're talking about the circle. Anyway.
You said girls' alliances don't work. There wasn't a girls' alliance in Circle Season 1. And you're saying...
Okay, if we're talking about what mine is Big Brother over the top, girls' alliances don't work. There you go. Let me rephrase that.
Well, your original point was invalid. Anyway, Poetry Slam. Poetry Slam.
Oh,
we got
and
some
it wouldn't be
really
a poetry slam without really ugly clothes.
I wanted Bryant to take off the shirt
working.
that he was wearing underneath and just wear the white shirt. I was like, please, Bryant. Please do this one thing for all of us,
pictures
please.
looked like that, wasn't it?
Yes, and I loved it. The photo of him under the waterfall, I was like, excuse me. Excuse me.
Come on,
I could use some tips on breath work when it comes to something else. So Poetry Slam. What did we think about poetry and slamming
I love poetry. Love it.
Poetry.
Love
Poetry. Poetry.
Did I say that or did you say that?
No, you did.
I did. Oh. Anyways,
none of us can pronounce words tonight. It's cool.
Yes, we love poetry. Roses are red, violets are blue. I will vote Logan now, and so will you. Anyway.
Anyway.
And I what?
My vote. Oh, circle, add Logan back.
I cannot handle the amount of nonsense, foolishness and buffoonery. If you're only listening to the audio, Jordyn fully just took me out of our StreamYard and fully put me backstage. So that's the kind of disrespect I deal with on a daily basis in this podcast. It's fine. Anyway, poetry. So just running through.
Was like
Chloe's was the
lyrics
best.
to a song.
Did you say Chloe or Courtney?
Chloe.
I loved Chloe.
I loved Chloe's.
Um,
Sean clearly does not feel the same way.
I like Courtney's.
Chloe and Courtney were like up there for me. Like they were both really, really good. And obviously they won. So like it makes sense.
More of Lee.
Oh, I did too.
For being a writer.
Yeah. So yeah. Also, why was Chloe the only one to write for Terralisha? I was like, huh?
I don't know.
What?
I think because they didn't have a one-on-one chat, so like this was her way of like, hey, here's my poem for you. Because in the previous we saw Chloe with a chat with Savannah, and then we saw how that happened. So that's what I thought of that.
But yeah, so we had Courtney and Chloe both getting 3 A's and a B. So all the people that were at risk of blocking had to write a poem, and then all of the people who were safe, influencers and the people saved, had to had to give grades. So Courtney and Chloe both got 3 A's and a B. Courtney's B came from Trevor, and Chloe's B came from Savannah. Shocker. And then River was like not good at all, but got an A from Terralisha, 2 B's from Emily and Trevor, and then a C from Savannah. And then Bryant did his to Savannah and got a B from Emily and 3 C's. And I was just like, oh no, Bryant, no.
Yeah.
No.
I kind of liked how Courtney portrayed his poem. Normally, that's actually the first time in any reality TV where like you have to do this. I like how he went about it and not just like do like a quirky, cute, like ha 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 poem.
Like he was like, be my ally. And
literally. But there's a downfall to that, is the fact that everyone was able to see it.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Maybe we don't want to know who the female pen name is, because if his poetry is any indication.
Not that, Jordyn. See, I was gonna say this earlier. What if I feel like he probably writes like those romance novels with the shirtless men on the front. Like that's the energy I was getting from it.
My mom reads those.
My mom collected those growing up.
Sean, go find
some of those covers.
Choose a
this
random
was like
page.
A long time ago. Like I used to live in Jersey.
I was gonna say, or scavenger hunt right now. Go find a romance novel.
Choose a random page.
Not that.
Let's
but yeah,
see
that was
if
kind of the energy I got.
Adds up to the bad romance novel.
But yeah, we get a couple more like tactical conversations before we get the influencers going to the hangout. We get a conversation with Bryant and River. Bryant is just saying thank you for being authentic. There's like some planting seeds of friendship, which I loved. Courtney and Savannah bond and create the hashtag me and you till the end, bonding over their 2000s R&B, which I loved. We get a conversation with River and Terralisha establishing this Texas Siblings Rock alliance with Terralisha as like the big sister, which I loved. And then we get a lot of tactical flirting between Chloe and Trevor. And I just have to ask, why the fuck did Chloe cut her pizza with kitchen shears? I said, excuse me? Ma'am, Chloe, if you are listening, why are you cutting your pizza with kitchen shears?
Look, Chloe was distracted by the alert. The alert.
There wasn't an alert at this point.
Here's the thing. I understand using a knife to cut your pizza. I understand.
But not kitchen shears. I'm sorry.
Cheers.
Not the pizza!
I actually have pizza over there. Like, not gonna lie, I really do have pizza over there.
Oh, not that.
But like, listen, you know,
was
she
delivered
loves
when we
geometry
got
and she cuts it
went
into different
live.
geometric shapes.
Also, this moment, Delisa in this moment looked so good in her blue hair and her blue BLM shirt. I was like, yes, queen. Queen, 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 queen. I loved it. I loved all of this. But yeah, any thoughts on those conversations before we move into the hangout?
I think they were so like Chloe and Trevor won. Maybe because it was like Chloe's last shot at talking to him. But that didn't make sense for me because Trevor didn't really have anything to do with the blocking.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she should have been talking to someone like Savannah or Teralicia.
Teralicia?
Teralicia? I want to say Sia. I don't fucking know.
Not that bitch.
I thought the moment between River and Brian in that moment was kind of cute, but also unnecessary. That's kind of how I felt on that.
I think we saw more of the players trying to connect on a one-on-one level than trying to save their asses and kiss ass to Savannah and Teralicia.
Mm-hmm.
There was no kiss assing to be heard.
Okay, let me rephrase once again, because I guess I love rephrasing in this podcast. There was a lot of trying to connect with one-on-one connections that did not. No, rewind. They were trying to have one-on-one conversations and connect on a personal level, so they have like people moving forward, and then instead of like actually like trying to save themselves. And I guess it's reasonable, but at the same time, is like for the viewers, we don't know who's going home. So I kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So should we move y'all into the hangout? Influencers chat. So yeah, they kind of go through everyone. They talk about Courtney being a threat because he's well liked, at least that's what Teralicia's thinking. Savannah agrees and says that she would like to know more about him. About River, Savannah says that they have a lot in common. She didn't really get the chance to get to know him, and Teralicia is kind of swaying her away from River because of the connection that they just made.
River.
Yes.
And this is where they butt heads.
This is where it all starts.
And this is what I meant from earlier. Like, this is what I meant earlier. Was like, you know, they liked each other. They were like each other's ones, rating ones. But now that they're both influencers, they are thinking more like their own game, and that's where like they start butting heads. So that's why I was like, Teralicia has River, who Savannah wants to cut.
And Savannah has
Courtney, who Teralicia wants to cut.
And yeah, so they end up coming to this agreement that they kind of like mutually are like, we're not going to block either one of them. So it ends up with this conversation between Bryant and Chloe. As far as Chloe, Savannah says that she wants to stay true to the girl gang, but doubts Chloe's intentions. And Teralicia in this moment is like noting that Savannah's different. Or like seems different and not really staying with the girls in this moment. And then on Bryant, we get Savannah feeling iffy. Teralicia agrees, but like had that conversation with him. And she says that like there's more than meets the eye when it comes to Bryant. And so at this point, what did y'all think was going to happen?
I thought they were going to climb against that wall and drag each other through the monitor. I wanted some bad girls fight. Pow, pow.
Not that.
My favorite part was Savannah was like, Before that, I knew from that whole conversation they were gonna block. But before that, when Savannah was like, "Oh yeah, Teralisha, you can do the honors," and she's like, "This bitch," she's like, "I know she's gonna say this fucking bitch," and she fucking did. I was cackling. This bitch really wants to do it.
I was just like, oh, good. So yeah, so they ultimately come to the decision. They say that the person that they're blocking is someone that collectively they didn't really make an impact on both of them, which ultimately leads to Bryant.
Bye.
No, stop that. Stop that, Sean. Bryant is our first.
Sorry.
There were 2 episodes. God. Not everyone has to be super fucking loud and out there, Sean.
Sorry, I'm that kind of guy.
Yeah, I know you are.
So, Circle production, if you're watching, obviously you're not. Cast me for season 3.
Not obviously you're not, Sean.
I'm kidding.
Hi.
Yeah, cast all of us. Cast us for Circle US. Cast Jordyn for Circle Canada. Period. And so we get the lovely. I would play as Jordyn.
I would play.
I will play as me because I would be first the fuck boot.
You already know who I would play as.
Ah!
I refuse to talk about this anymore. We get a lovely conversation. I know who you would play.
Maybe
as,
I should
I'm
be
not a fan.
Maybe I should play.
No.
Oh my god, yes, no. Jordyn, you play as them, and I'll play as Wheelchair. Anyway, so what we're talking about?
I'll play as a bottle of raspberry vinaigrette.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
we love raspberry vinaigrette.
Why did I agree to do this with y'all? Anyway, so we got
knew it would
normal...
be chaotic.
I knew it would be. I didn't realize it was going to be this chaotic. Episode fucking 1. But yeah, so we got at the typical blocking. Oh, you get to go meet someone IRL, and Brian decides to go talk to Lee, and I was just like, this is everything I wanted it to be.
I loved it.
I loved that little moment between the two. As annoying as I found Brian at times.
Lee goes, "Are you mad? I thought you were going to be mad." And Brian's like, "No, it's a game."
Because he's too pure for this world, y'all. Like,
Not only is it a game, but everything was meant to be.
He was meant to be first boot. And that's okay.
This
Kumbaya.
Where concludes my opinions on Bryant, because this connection, emotional conversation where when Brian asked Lee, like, why you're catfishing? Mm-hmm. And Lee goes, "I don't think I could connect with these people." And then that conversation where Brian basically says, "Just be who you are. You don't have to be as someone else to be liked." And that's where I was like, okay, I like you now.
Thank you. But
you're out of the game.
It was a very sweet.
It was.
And then we get to Circle. Circle decides, let's drop a bombshell before these people go to bed. And they post a photo of the next person joining the circle.
And I would like to take this moment to call out Sean Dairo for not knowing who Lance Bass is.
And you know what I'm going to say? Bye.
You can't. No, you can't do that. No. Sean, thank you so much for being with us. This is going to be the only episode that Sean will be with us for the season.
I have turned on my shady hat tonight.
No.
Yes, God.
Circle, please kick out Logan.
I can kick myself out if I wanted to, but no. So I will say Jordyn and I have watched
Both
more
episodes.
than
All
episode
four.
1 and 2. Sean has not. So Sean, I have a question for you. Do you think that this is actually Lance Bass going into the circle?
I would say yes. I mean,
Okay.
only because they have Chloe from Too Hot to Handle. They're gonna
Fair.
bring someone who's another like artist or like more of a influence, because this game is about social media, like the way it's perceived is social media catfishing, portraying who you are on the internet, and I personally think that it is the real Lance Bass. If not, I'm fucking fooled. I'm watching the episode on Monday. Because I'm
You're watching on Monday.
Yes.
Well, that's interesting, seeing as how we are going live Sunday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Sean may or may not be with us. I don't know anymore.
I have many.
Yes.
I get the impression.
Oh yeah, that's I forgot about
be.
that. I forgot about that. Sean actually has something else to do, so it will probably just be me and Jordyn talking episode 3 and 4.
I'll try to squeeze it, but I'll let you guys know.
We will see. Any final thoughts on these first 2 episodes?
I just want to say I want more episodes right this minute, Netflix.
Very that.
We get 4 every Wednesday, which is like...
Yeah.
Look, I'm a greedy motherfucker. I want more now.
But the thing is, like, that's the only show I've... Did they do that in season 1, where they dropped, like, a set of episodes per week?
I think it was 3 a week.
I don't feel like it was. I thought I watched it all back to back to back to back to back to back.
Oh, did they drop the whole thing?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so.
But I like how they're doing, like, not 1 per week, like, a batch.
I just hate how we have to wait an entire week after episodes 9 through 12 to get the finale. I'm like, not Circle. Netflix, you're messy.
Also, but, like, at the same time, I'm kind of like, they have me waiting. I'm patiently waiting for the next batch of episodes because, as we'll be discussing on Friday, on Sunday's episode,
it was like
another
Friday.
cliffhanger.
A cliffhanger!
So, they filmed this during a pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't... I don't know. I don't know about me because I'm a very cautious person when I go out. Why did they make them wear a mask when they go in, like... Because even though they're still isolated in different rooms, I don't know. Anyways, that's just my...
But you know what? Here's my... Okay, I can probably answer the question.
I'm a little
You're not seeing the whole walking.
That's true.
Yeah.
Also, like, all of these people they're all probably sequestered already. They're getting COVID tested daily. And that's why they're able to go see each other at the end of the day without a mask because of the safety protocols production has already put in place.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense because like this is filmed in the UK and obviously safety protocols in the UK is different than in the US.
The US one wasn't filmed in the UK.
It was
the US one is filmed in West Hollywood.
Oh, I'm shocked.
Oh, I thought it was Chicago.
It looks like West Hollywood.
I'm shocked because I thought
I see the 401 in the like overshots. I can tell my Los Angeles highways very well.
Oh, gotcha.
That looks like the 101 or the 110.
So they didn't. The season's not filmed in the UK.
No. Neither was season 1.
Oh, I'm shocked. What? Who the fuck told me that? Whoever told me that and you're watching, fuck you.
Was it Abby and her big brain?
It was probably like, never mind. They're probably canceled.
And with that, thank you so much, Sean, for joining us. As always, we love having you.
Me.
We will be back Sunday at 8:30 p.m. EST. It'll probably just be me and Jordyn. We'll be talking episodes 3 and 4 of The Circle US. And with that...
And then tomorrow...
Oh, yes. There's no banner for this one, but tomorrow we will be going live 10:30 EST, I believe is the time. We'll be talking about the eviction episode of Big Brother Canada.
And we'll have spoilers. We
All of the spoilers.
I won't be there.
And with that, goodbye.
We're going to put Sean currently backstage, and we're going to end with us.
Not that!
End the broadcast. Bye, everyone.